Working from home can be chaos, flatmates talking, dogs barking, and your phone buzzing right in the middle of a Zoom call. Trying to stay connected and sane at the same time feels like a full-time job. Headsets are certainly a great way to avoid these kinds of problems, and I have gone through my fair share of them. Unfortunately, most of them end up tossed in a drawer after a week, or they either lose connection when I need them the most, or simply aren't good enough. But every now and then, something comes along that actually feels like it might solve this problem. This is the Yealink HA64 Pro wireless DECT and Bluetooth headset. This wireless headset does indeed come with both DECT and Bluetooth built in. Not to mention, it comes with its own 3.5-inch touchscreen dock that works across your phone, computer, and even your desk phone. It's got all-day comfort, long battery life, and proper Teams and Zoom certification. Basically, it's been designed for people who spend a lot of their days talking. So is this product truly worth that asking price? Well, let's first start by unboxing it. So unboxing this and you get the headset, the touchscreen dock, a couple of cables for your desk phone or computer, the usual manuals and other accessories depending on whether you picked up the mono or dual ear version. Straight away, it looks and feels like a premium piece of kit. The packaging's neat and not overdone, and the headset sits snugly in the dock when you first open it. The first thing I noticed was how light it felt compared to other headsets I've tried. It's certainly one of those you could easily forget about wearing after a while. The dock, on the other hand, has a nice bit of weight to it. It certainly keeps it steady on your desk when not in use. It's solid without being bulky, and I also like how securely the headset drops into the dock. It's firm enough that you don't feel like it's going to fall off every time you nudge the table. It's the kind of first impressions that makes you think, yeah, this is probably built to last, and certainly reflects that somewhat high premium asking price. Now, I will say the headset is super slim and lightweight, and it's honestly more comfortable than I expected. The mono version leaves one ear free, which I prefer for home working. It just lets you keep an ear on what's going on around the house, while also being able to immerse yourself in whatever you're listening to. The padding's soft but feels strong, and the headband doesn't creak or bend in weird ways. You can tell there's been a lot of effort put into this to make sure it's rather premium. The dock's the real highlight though. It's got a clean design, nice display, but it is a little big if you are short on space. I would also say that glossy touchscreen, well, it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, so you will find yourself giving it a quick wipe every now and then. Still, it feels like something you'd find on a professional desk, not just another gadget. In terms of aesthetics, the whole package from the dock to the headset, well, it is very premium, I can't deny that. Now, taking a closer look at the dock itself, the layout is refreshingly simple. You've got ports for your desk phone, plus USB-A and USB-C connections for your computer. It is very simple, they haven't overcomplicated it. As the Bluetooth's handled directly on the headset, there really aren't any buttons which are actually on the headset itself. Most things are managed through the touchscreen. On the headset, you really only have the mic boom, a power and pairing button, and your volume controls. I just like that it hasn't been overcomplicated. So the screen itself shows quite a few different things. It shows your battery, your active device, and gives you quick access to team and Zoom controls. You can even tweak a few settings without digging through your menus on your computer. I did catch myself missing the odd tap if I was rushing, but overall it's a nicer display to use than I actually expected. At first I thought the touchscreen dock sounded like a bit of a gimmick, but after a few days it started to feel totally natural. It actually is handy being able to switch devices or check your battery at a glance, and you can even adjust your audio levels directly from the screen, certainly making it a great bonus during longer calls. Thankfully, setup is a breeze. There really isn't any. I plugged it into my laptop with the USB-C cable and could simply pair it with my phone over Bluetooth too. To be fair, everything connected quickly, and the touchscreen walked me through what to do. Pairing with my iPhone took under a minute, and swapping back to my PC was literally one tap. From something with this many connection options, it is refreshingly hassle-free. From unboxing to being fully up and running on 2 devices at the same time took me about 10 minutes, which I think is quite impressive. Now once you're up and running, the mic quality really starts to show. It's got 3 noise cancelling mics working with Yealink's Acoustic Shield tech to block out background noise and keep your voice clear. I did indeed test it with some noise running in the background, and people said they could hear me just fine, just with a slightly compressed sound. Not bad at all for a headset mic. It also managed to cut down on background voices pretty well, which is certainly great if you're working somewhere busy or sharing spaces with others. Needless to say though, take a listen for yourself and be the judge. So this is the voice quality coming from my camera, so you'll get an idea of how that sounds with the room. And now let's switch over to the headset. So this is actually the headset. This is being recorded directly from my phone. I'm just using the voice memo app. And because you can link your phone so well and quick, it's so easy to just be able to switch the devices over. But as you can hear, the voice quality is actually really good. Now the noise cancellation on this thing is actually pretty good. I'm simply just going to play some fake background noise. You should be able to hear it. Switch to the camera's voice recording so you'll get an idea of how that sounds. Now if we switch back to the headset with the background noise playing, as you can hear, it actually does a really good job at just filtering out the voice. Connectivity's always the make or break part for me, and this one's been great. Switching between my laptop and phone is very quick, and you just tap the screen and it just shifts over in a second or two. The DECT range is listed at around 600 feet, and while I didn't test it to the limit, it did stay connected all over the house. Bluetooth range is more standard, it's about 30 feet, but once again, pretty solid. There is a tiny pause when switching between Bluetooth and DECT, but honestly, I'd take that over carrying 2 different headsets any day. And to be fair, after several switches, it stayed stable with no random disconnects, which is more than I can say for most wireless gear. Battery life's another strong point. The mono version gets around 26 hours and the dual version can stretch up to 32. On DECT, it's around 14 to 16 hours, which is still plenty for a full workday. From my experience, I went a week with a full charge, even with several calls each day. Charging from empty takes around an hour and a half, and the dock makes it so easy. You just drop it in and it starts charging. You don't have to think about anything, which I love. It's just the kind of setup that quietly looks after itself. There is also an optional external busy light you can add on, a small extra that makes a surprisingly big difference. It's an additional purchase, but if you want it to be crystal clear that you're on a call, this light can be a real lifesaver. The headset already has a built-in busy light so people nearby can tell you're in a meeting. But with the BLT60 add-on, the visibility goes up a notch. The light automatically glows red whenever you're on a call, letting everyone know that you're busy without you saying a word. Now, all in all, the Yealink HA64 Pro is easily one of the most complete headsets I've tried. It's comfortable, has solid range, great sound, and a touchscreen dock that actually adds value. It's pricey, yeah, but if your day revolves around meetings, calls, and switching between devices, I think it's very much worth it. It just gives you that peace of mind that things are going to work every time you put it on. And because it's so easy to use and the touchscreen has been made so simple, whoever will find themselves using it will not struggle. Just taking into account the asking price for casual users, this is probably a bit too much. But for remote or hybrid workers, this is going to feel like a genuinely smart upgrade. great. If you're after something that looks professional, feels premium, and performs consistently, this is hard to beat. As always, be sure to check this product out in the link in the description. Let me know what you think. Till next time.